Welcome to this explainer. Today we're breaking down the complete care and growth guide for, honestly, one of the most famously stunning and, undeniably dramatic houseplants out there, the Croton. If you've ever seen one, you know exactly why it grabs everyone's attention. I mean, the leaves literally look like a piece of living art just splashed with vibrant yellows, oranges, reds, and deep purples. But here's the catch. Keeping those colors popping actually requires a bit of specific know-how, so we're going to map out exactly how to make this botanical diva absolutely thrive in your home. Okay, let's look at our roadmap for today. We'll be meeting the Croton, perfecting its light and water, creating a tropical environment, tackling soil, feeding, and maintenance, learning how to propagate it, and finally, troubleshooting common problems. Let's get right into it. Section 1. Meet the dramatic Croton, or Codiaeum variegatum. Plant experts like Anastasia Remeslo hit the nail on the head when they called this plant the life of the party. But listen to this golden rule right out of the gate. Find a bright spot and leave it there. Seriously. This plant actively hates being moved. If you constantly shuffle it from room to room, it's going to show its displeasure by literally dropping its leaves in protest. It absolutely demands a stable environment to keep that fiery foliage intact. You know, understanding a plant's roots, pun totally intended, tells us exactly how to care for it. This guy is native to Southeast Asia, which means it is genetically hardwired to crave a warm, humid jungle. Indoors, it can shoot up to a solid 3 to 6 feet tall, making it a really fantastic floor plant. But a quick heads up, its beauty does come with a handling warning. The Croton's milky sap is toxic to both pets and humans if ingested, and it can actually irritate your bare skin. So definitely admire it, but keep it well out of reach of curious cats, dogs, and toddlers. Moving on to Section 2, perfecting light and water. So to keep it alive and thriving, you absolutely have to master bright, indirect light. Think of Crotons as these solar-powered color machines. They really need at least 6 hours of dappled sunlight, ideally near an east or south-facing window. But, and this is crucial, keep them out of harsh, direct afternoon sun, because that will just scorch those beautiful leaves. Now here's the really fascinating science part. If you stick a Croton in low light, it might not die immediately, but it's going to lose those stunning colors. To survive, the plant starts pumping out more chlorophyll, which literally fades all those brilliant reds and yellows into a plain, solid green. And when it comes to watering, this plant is not shy about telling you what it needs. It's incredibly expressive. If you notice your Croton is dramatically wilting or drooping and the top couple inches of soil are dry, don't panic. It's honestly just thirsty. Give it a really good drink and it will miraculously perk right back up. On the flip side though, if the leaves are turning yellow and falling off and the soil feels constantly wet, you are probably drowning it. They love moist soil, for sure, but they are super susceptible to root rot if they're left sitting in a soggy pot. All right, Section 3, creating a tropical environment. Because these guys come from lush jungles, your standard living room can feel like a totally barren desert to them. You really want to aim for a humidity range of 60 to 80%. Most typical homes sit around a measly 30 to 40%, especially in the winter, which just won't cut it. If the air is too dry, you'll start seeing crispy brown edges on the leaves. To hit that high humidity sweet spot, grab a humidifier, set up a pebble tray with some water under the pot, or just get into the habit of misting the leaves with room temperature water. You've got to pair that high humidity with nice, stable, warm temperatures. They are happiest sitting somewhere between 60 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. But remember, the whole drama queen thing we talked about? Keep them far, far away from cold drafts or blasting AC vents. A sudden chill will instantly trigger a full-blown tantrum, and yeah, it will drop its leaves again. Environmental stability is literally everything. Let's roll right into Section 4, soil, feeding, and maintenance. For the soil, you really want a well-draining, peat-based mix in a pot that has solid drainage holes. We've got to avoid that root rot at all costs, right? Next up is feeding. During the active spring and summer growing seasons, give it a balanced liquid fertilizer diluted to half strength just once a month. Oh, and here's a major pro tip. Whenever you're pruning it to encourage bushier growth or just snipping off dead leaves, always wear gloves. Remember that toxic milky sap we mentioned earlier? It will seep out of the cuts and you definitely do not want that on your skin. Once you've got those basics down, you can really start having fun with all the incredible varieties out there. You've got the Petra, which is your classic look with those big oval leaves and bold red and yellow veins. But then there's the gold dust, heavily covered in bright yellow speckles. Or check out the Mommy variety with these crazy, deeply twisted and curled leaves that add so much texture. And then the Zanzibar honestly looks like a completely different plant altogether. It has these super thin, grass-like leaves cascading in red, purple, and green.
Up next, Section 5, How to Propagate Crotons.
Once your croton is thriving, you are definitely going to want to multiply your success, right? Luckily, propagating in water is surprisingly easy. Just follow these 5 simple steps during the spring or summer. First, take a 4 to 6 inch stem cutting that has about 3 to 5 healthy leaves at the top. Second, strip away the lower leaves to expose the growth nodes. This is super important because those nodes are where the new roots will pop out. Third, stick the cutting in a jar of water, making sure the nodes are fully submerged. Change that water every few days to keep it fresh. In a few weeks, you'll see little white roots growing. Once they are a couple of inches long, just pot it up in some soil, and boom, you have a brand new croton.
Finally, Section 6, Troubleshooting Common Croton Problems.
Look, even the best indoor gardeners run into issues sometimes. Plants are living things. So let's decode some common distress signals. If your bright, multicolored plant is suddenly turning solid green, it is just not getting enough light. Simply move it to a brighter spot. Notice some fine webbing on the leaves? That's spider mites, a pest that absolutely loves it when your humidity drops too low. Isolate the plant, wash the leaves, and treat it with some neem oil. And if it's just randomly dropping leaves, it is stressed out. You probably moved it or it caught a cold draft. The fix is super easy. Stop moving it, check for drafts, and just keep conditions perfectly stable. So, just to summarize everything we've learned in this complete care and growth guide, here are your golden rules for a thriving croton. Maximize that bright indirect light to get the absolute best colors. Water confidently, but always wait for the top 1 to 2 inches of soil to dry out first. Keep that humidity high, like a jungle. And most importantly, find a permanent home for it and do not move it. Now that you've unlocked the science, the signals, and the secrets to keeping this deeply rewarding botanical diva happy, are you ready to fill your space with a living kaleidoscope of color? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. You know, the croton really proves that our plants are highly communicative, as long as we know how to listen to them. So take a look around your home today. What are your other houseplants secretly trying to tell you?